What's good, y'all? So I haven't made a manifestation video in a while, so let's go ahead and do that. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite concepts in manifestation, this whole mental magic game of entering the state of the wish fulfilled, right? This is just one of many different techniques or philosophies or whatever, but I consider it to be a very foundational tool, because if you understand this, you can do whatever it is that you want. So this is just very foundation level teachings, sharings, if you will, okay? When people first hear the term, entering the state, it could be a little daunting, because a lot of people, especially when they first get into spirituality, they think everything has to be complicated. They think everything has to be a Buddhist monk has to come out here and do it. And that's not the case, because you're doing it every single day. Entering the state, okay, let's use a physical example, mind, body, and spirit. Let's keep it at the body, the physical level. If you want to see something new, let's just say you live in Alaska, right? You live in Alaska. You live in no man's land in the middle of Alaska, okay? But in your mind, when you're sitting there in your room, whatever, male or female, it's like, you know what? I want to see more people in bikinis. I want to see more people in swim trunks. I want to be around a lot more attractive people that aren't scared to express themselves and show their skin and stuff. What do you need to do? In the physical level, the physical explanation, you need to go to a different state. Do you not? Go on to Florida if you want to see a whole bunch of people walking around in bikinis and swim trunks, right? You have to literally enter the state of whatever it is that you want to see it, right? You have to enter the state first. You have to enter Miami to see all the bikinis and swim trunks, right? Do the same thing with your mind, okay? I don't care. Let's use a different example, like wealth, right? We love to talk about wealth, okay? You could be sitting on the floor. You got 4 cockroaches playing cards on your wall right now. All right, they playing spades on your wall right now. All right, they playing Uno. You got cockroaches fighting over a draw 4. Okay, but right now, this is where it's very important to ignore physical reality. In your mind is the ultimate creative place. In your mind is the storehouse. It's like the Amazon warehouse of everything that you want in your life. So ignore physical reality and enter the state of the wish fulfilled. Feel wealthy, be wealthy. And eventually you have to understand and remember that the universe will always conspire to get you what you want, but you have to enter the state first. See, we live in this materialistic / scientific world where we need everything to exist already, and then we go back and measure it. When you can measure something with quantifiable numbers, whether it be weight, whether it be distance, time, whatever, it's like you're looking at the slowest part of the whole game of manifestation. You're looking at the last part. You're looking at the thing that's so slow that we can perceive it. How fast or how long does it take to create a thought? You'd be like, it's pretty fast. It's almost instant, right? Because there's no start and no end. The thought just existed. You understand? So when you're looking at something in the physical, you're looking at stuff that's already done. When you are someone that's waiting for something to happen in the physical to justify or to give you affirmation of how your thoughts or your technique or whatever, you're playing the game partially backwards. Okay? You already have an eye that you're looking for something. I did something mentally and I'm trying to bring it, but I need to see it happen first. And I get you. In the beginning, you kind of do need to see that, because you'd be like, I'm doing this new manifestation thing, but I need to see, I get you there. Okay? And that comes with practice. But when you operate from this world where you need to see it for it to be true, no, it's true, therefore I see it. Even in the negative example, right? I could be walking around with my skin color, with my complexion, and someone can see me and get scared automatically, because in their mind, the creation force, the square zero, if you will, of everything that happens in that individual's life, they're going to see me as a criminal. I'm scary. I'm 6'2", 6'3" black man. I'm scary. Because that's what they put into their own mind. And they will act upon that because the universe will conspire to give them what they want. So they're going to have all this fear. Mind you, I'm minding my own business. I talking to my crystals and stuff, and they're scared of me because their world has to conspire what they put into their mind, the state that they have entered, the state of fear. And what are they scared of? Me. Because of the state that they entered in. But if they entered in a state of love, a state of compassion, a state of openness, they would see me and want to strike up conversation. You see what I'm saying? This is what happens when you enter the correct states and the wrong states. There is no wrong and right necessarily, but there are ones that help you in your life, and there are some things that only get in your way. Which state are you inhabiting? Okay? If you have a whole bunch of things that are being attracted into your life that you don't like, they bring you a whole bunch of stress, a whole bunch of trauma, a whole bunch of low vibrational emotions, you are in the wrong state. If you were, even if it like, especially if you're trying to manifest happiness and it just seems like more sadness and more sadness, this is why I talk about the records that are playing in the back of your head. Because this is, imagine you can enter this state, right? Let's just imagine, like it says, in my father's house there are many rooms, in my father's mansion there are many rooms, something like that, some biblical stuff. Okay, but imagine in that mansion, it's playing a whole bunch of crappy music. So it doesn't matter which room you go in, there's a crappy song playing, there's a very distracting music playing, whatever have you, whatever you want to put there, right? So you have to go into the control point of that house, your temple, and go back and turn off some of those records. Now that it's pure silence, now that everything is still, now try entering the state of happiness. Okay, I'm happy now. Everything in my life is just smooth sailing. Everything is good. Wow, my life really calmed down when I went back and healed my past traumas. When I went back and turned off that record playing all of my limiting beliefs that said I couldn't do something, I'm not deserving of something. You see what I'm saying? That's all the state. When you are in the proper state, that's a constant signal that you're sending off to the universe. Another way of saying entering the state is walking as if your manifestations already come to pass. The easiest way to do this: what would the feeling be like if this were true? What would the feeling be like if I was in a loving marriage? What would the feeling be like if I was a real estate mogul? What would the feeling be like if I was a spiritual master? You see what I'm saying? And when you ask yourself that question, this is the part that a lot of people feel weird doing, but you're by yourself. You're in your own mind. You thought about how good, you thought about the taste of a corn dog dipped in mayo with some strawberry topping. It sounds weird, but this is the random things you think about. So you're in your own space. Don't worry about feeling weird and pretending to be something. Sometimes it's gonna feel like you're pretending at first, but then you're like, wait a minute, this is how I do it. Okay, drop your ego, stop feeling like you're faking things, and just get into the state. When you ask yourself, what would the feeling be like if, you really have to actually sit there and be like, yo, that would be awesome for me, you know, and I'm in the same camp as y'all, trying to manifest some love into my life, you know. So what would the feeling be like if, you know, I had love in my life? What would the feeling be like if I was just snuggled up with my significant other, with my girl, just sitting there, you know? Or what would the feeling be like if I was having a stimulating conversation with my future wife? What would that be like? And just go through it in your head. You know, make up someone, put a character in your mind and be like, yo, and then this and that, right? Wow, I didn't think about that, blah, blah, blah. It might sound crazy at first, but this is just mental imagery. This is just visualization. You know, that might sound crazy to some people. Oh, I'm talking to weird people. I'm talking to people that don't exist in my mind. That's weird, bro. But you'll be the first person to say that I'm not good at public speaking. Look, the people are going to laugh at me if I try to present that. My boys are going to joke me if I say that I'm feeling this girl. Oh, my girls are going to disown me if I say that I got back with my ex. You just did a whole bunch of visualization. You just put in a whole bunch of words to your friends, right? So why can't you do the same thing for your life and do it the right way and bring nothing but good things into your life? Everything you expect to see into the state, and it will come into your life, because the universe has to conform to what you want. The universe has to give you what you are sending off with your beacon of energy by being in that state. What last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with, and this is something I've said before, but when it comes to manifestation, a lot of people don't realize that your thoughts, whether they're conscious or subconscious, doesn't matter. They're firing off. The more conscious thoughts you have, you're firing off consciously, and you're waiting for them. The subconscious ones are the ones that mess people up, because you're just throwing them. And what you need to remember, conscious or subconscious, that boomerang's gonna come back. Are you ready to catch it? Or are you ready to get smacked upside the head with it because you forgot that you threw it, or you didn't even know that you threw it? You see what I'm saying? So when you get a control of your conscious and subconscious mind and use them together to enter the state of the wish fulfilled, you're good. You're golden. Because now when you walk in that state, I'm throwing this boomerang out. There it is. Caught it. I'm going to throw another one. Actually, I'm going to throw 3 more out. Boom. 1. Okay. 2. 3. So when you enter the state, like attracts like, does it not? We all know this. Like attracts like. So when you enter the state of wealth, when you enter the state of being loved, when you enter the state of whatever it is that you want, that energy is going to be gravitating towards you. You have to see yourself as a beacon for whatever you want. And when you enter the state, that's when you entered your beacon state, and you're just sending that frequency off to the universe, to the world, whatever word you want to use, and that same thing will return unto you in the form of a boomerang, a mental boomerang that materializes into physical expression. Hope that made sense. Till the next one.